And so you can see like these ones are done for. The growth node is dead on them. Here's exactly why grass is a problem. You can just see those roots, but the green ones here are all eaten right down to the soil block. So here we are setting up for the first market of the season. It's just gonna be a single table, easy setup.
To make this job really easy, when I use...
Remember the other day our garlic was underwater.
I think it was a little deep, but that'll be okay.
So of our 6 hives, 4 survived.
Like somebody's coming in.
Yep, and just pulled the branches off. It's really, really disheartening. So this one though might be okay if we cut the top off.
Yeah. This spinach is ready to go upside, and but no, not upside. Inside of the hoop house. When I'm done with spinach, I'll be back for lettuces and salad mix. And then, like I said, if I have time, I will try to put this broccoli. All right, I think I will put the spinach here in this bed. The first ones I think is gonna be salad mix, and this other one is gonna be lettuces, and the last one I think it's gonna be other thing like cabbages and I think kohlrabis. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm in our germination space right now. I have a really busy day today because we have our first preview market tomorrow. It's not our official market, but I still have a few things I need to do today. I need to harvest spinach and get radishes harvested, some salad turnips. But then as I was walking out the door to get started this morning, I realized I still haven't soaked our peas and gotten them planted into their paper pot trays. I need to do that first. It needs to happen today. We prepped the trays on Tuesday and it's now Friday. So I'm obviously a little behind. But we're going to plant, this will be our first outside planting that we do this year. So we'll get them started in the paper pots and they'll be ready to go out in 2 weeks. So I'm going to do all 3 varieties of peas. We'll do 1 bed of each. We've already done inside of the hoop houses 2 beds of snap peas. So this time we're doing some sugar peas, we're doing some shelling peas, and we're doing some more snap peas. They're just really good sellers at the market. The bad thing about like peas and beans is the harvesting. It takes quite a bit of time. But they're also good money makers. It's just they sell. We almost never come home with beans or peas. So here we go. Now each paper pot tray I think takes 264. So I need to put approximately 530 seeds into each of these containers. If I can get it open. So for speed reasons, I don't count out an exact amount. I just sort of try to get close, but I don't count out the exact amount. All right, pre-soaking peas is definitely not a necessity. We like to do it just because it gives them a little bit of a head start. This is the first season we've done it though. In the past, we've either just planted them in the ground as is and let them go, or put them in the trays and did it that way. But we're just finding pretty good luck with pre-soaking them now. All right, peas are soaking and ready to go. Let's go out and see if we can find Jose. All right, busy week for you and I this week.
Yeah, today is Friday.
Yeah, Friday the 24th.
Yeah, and tomorrow is
our first market.
Yep.
So it's just a small preview market. Very exciting. I always like to get an opportunity to sell though, because our selling season is so short and we don't make a lot of money. It's important for us that we take every opportunity to make some money.
Yeah.
So we will be at that market tomorrow. So I'm going to be harvesting this spinach, although the spinach doesn't look like it's in real good shape today, which is disappointing. We got a really cold night a few nights back and we didn't have it covered, because usually spinach, we don't worry about it this time of year, but it looks like it may have been impacted. It could be other things though. It could be the heat in here. I mean, this is our overwintered spinach.
Yeah.
So I'll harvest what I can today and take it to market. And then this bed is about to be tilled under anyway. I think we're gonna need it for beans. I also have some mustard greens down at the end of this bed that I'm gonna harvest for tomorrow's market, try to sell a little of that. But really what I wanna show you in here is the devastation to our summer squash. So we're gonna take a quick look at that and see how bad it is. Jose wants to replace some of them today because we have a few excess that we can put in the ground, and then I've replanted a whole tray, so if we need more than what we have, we can do that. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's bad. Okay, so these are our first round of squash. And so you can see, like, these ones are done for. The growth node is dead on them. So they are, well, this one might make it. Probably shouldn't yank on it too hard. Yeah, this one's coming, I think, back. It is going to be slowed down. This one's no good here, for sure. But this one's fine. This one I think will make it. I can see new growth coming. This one... So yeah, I would say we lost maybe 50%. It's weird the way this worked though, and you can tell how the breeze must move through here or whatever, because some of them are fine, some of them froze. And then the same with the cucumbers, a lot of them are fine and some of them froze. So it's just, you know, where they were set in the high tunnel that makes a difference. The problem is we should have had these double covered. Jose now has them double covered, but it's a little late for that now. The thing on the farm you want to learn is you want to do the little bit of hard work up front to save you the problems on the back end, because this is one of our biggest money-making crops for our early markets. So we're usually have summer squash early June. And this will kill sales. Like, it'll really hurt sales, the fact that we don't have summer squash. So lesson learned. We will never not double cover the summer squash again. The good news is, because the cucumbers were in one bed further, so they had the protection, a little bit of this cloth protecting any air movement. They are, other than a little bit in the middle, which will be an easy replace, they did really well and handled it much better. Yeah. These, though, are definitely going to need to be mostly replaced. So I think Jose's going to work on that today.
Yeah, but first I had to
finish what we have out there. Let's take a look out. Let's walk out there.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to walk out and show you what he did yesterday as far as planting, and then talk about what he's going to do today.
Yeah, the rice is coming.
Oh yeah, look at that. One of the best crops for early season are radishes, and they're already coming in.
That's bad.
And then this is just a big perennial weed that needs to go. This is where Jose was able to stand on the snow and touch the center purlin, but now he's nowhere near it. Yeah, so the snow's down 4 feet here, which is good. It's almost gone. All right, so this is what Jose did yesterday. He got all of this planted out. It looks really nice. This hoop house is pretty weed free. I think we're gonna have a good time of it this year. So this is our spinach right here, and then we have, do you know which, this is salad mix?
No.
This is the larger lettuce heads, and then salad mix on the wall there. We're going to come back through and interplant broccoli in both of these 2 beds today. And then Jose is going to do our cabbages, kohlrabis, and then the larger bok choys in this end bed. And then the next hoop over, because it's still, I think you saw it on the last video, it's still very wet on that end of the other house. So Jose is going to just use the front end of the bed for the baby bok choys. The baby bok choys are something we plant and are ready to go in about 3 weeks. So it's super quick turnover. They're not huge sellers, but it's extra income for us. And so we love growing them. Yeah, and then this is the tunnel. That corner is still pretty wet, but it looks like it dried out a little bit.
Now it's better,
Yeah. So Jose is gonna just do bok choy maybe on this outside or this middle bed, either way. Whatever he finds is better. This tunnel is very weedy. So this year what we probably will work on is putting, other than the bok choy, we'll put crops in here that are in plastic to help get the weed level down. The other side is good. The other thing we want to do is, because these tunnels are right next to each other, is put cardboard down the center with a thick layer of mulch to keep the weeds in the center down, because when you have to open that plastic every day and you're walking through all those weeds, your pant legs are wet all the way up to your thighs, which is never fun in the mornings.
Well, this one is grass and clover. Okay, you put clover in this one.
Yeah, we did plant clover in here. Well, this was before we knew we were putting tunnels out here. We were thinking, oh, we'll put clover in the walkways. No.
Bad idea.
You really, for how big our farm is and how it's just him and I working out here, we do not have time to control that clover. So that in the future, no more clover. It looks great on paper.
Yeah.
In practice, no. This is our strawberry bed here. And
we tried to save last year.
We did try to save it, but we gave up. The grass, I'm going to tell you, if you've got grass or you're planting in like an old field, you have got to kill that grass back, because there's nothing you can do. It grows so fast, and we do not have, I mean, if you're small enough, you might have time, but we do not have time to control or weed or do anything. We have to have the weeds under control before the season starts, because in May and early June, you'll think, oh yeah, this is no problem. And then June and July, you're going, what the heck happened? Because the weeds grow so fast, so furious. And the grass out here is so thick. I mean, it looks like we put straw down, but it's just those grasses, and they will come back furious this year. So this was strawberries, but we gave up. We can see them coming in, but we're not even gonna try this year. We're gonna just plastic this and leave it for a whole year. We have got to get rid of the grass. And then what we're going to do is plant strawberries every other fall in beds that we have plasticed for the whole summer to keep the weeds down, and then we'll harvest those beds for 2 years and then move to a new strawberry bed. We have enough space now to do that. So
That'll be fun.
all right, radishes and turnips. So this is going to be our melons. You can see there's still snow sitting on it, but it's almost gone. And this was easily 6 foot high in here just a few weeks back, and it's completely gone now. But this doesn't need to be touched until mid-June. So it's still, we're April, so still 2 months away from having to even pull this plastic off. We'll leave it because it'll keep the grass down, and we're gonna clean up. So there's just 6 beds here in the middle of these 2 high tunnels. So we're gonna put thick cardboard down on either side with mulch, and then just use these 6 middle beds. Yeah, these are our Napa cabbages for early markets, and oh my goodness, are they beautiful. We just weeded this bed, and it looks like we never touched it. I wonder what's seeded here. This just had crazy seed in it, huh?
We need another
Yeah, we're gonna need to weed it again. The good news is this high tunnel will be fairly weed free this year. Last year we would try to come through and pick anything that was going to, like, flowering and getting ready to go to seed, but clearly at the end of the season we got lazy. We're just talking about how the broccoli got a lot of frost damage in here. Today we're going to harvest radishes though, and they are beautiful. Look at those. And then we're also have salad turnips and baby bok choys in here we're going to harvest. Delicious. Is it spicy? Not too bad? These early ones are so nice. This is what I love about spinach. Check these puppies out. Sometimes I look at them and I think, oh, they're never going to grow. And then you come out here one day and it's like, holy cow. There they are. And you can see the peas coming in really good. Definitely this year compared to last year, a lot of frost damage.
Yeah.
Last year we planted far earlier, did less protection, and had a lot less problems. This year we planted a little bit later, we kept everything covered, and it's just, yeah, the broccoli looks horrible out here. It's interesting to me though that here where there's no other plants, they don't have the damage. So either it's colder at this end of the tunnel, or they, for some reason, those inner planting, they don't like it.
Could be.
Man, this is delicious.
I know.
Wow, look at the beets.
Yeah, they coming good.
Yeah, they got frost damage too, though,
Yeah.
it looks like. Here's the beets, and then we have celery on the end down there. Our lettuces are looking good.
Yep.
Here's our kale row. They still have a few more weeks, but once they hit this point, they'll shoot up now as we start getting a little bit warmer nights. Here is exactly, my glasses are falling off. Here is exactly why grass is a problem. You can just see those roots they spread out everywhere. So if you leave one blade of grass growing, it just turns into a monster. Okay, so I just want to show you this really quick. So we were just talking about we were going to replace some of the summer squash. So we came in here to get them and to show Jose which ones needed to be planted. And something ate. These are the good yellow ones. It didn't touch those, of course. So we'll be able to replace those. But the green ones here are all eaten right down to the soil block, except for this one little guy here. So I have set a ton of traps around. The problem is, it isn't mice, it isn't moles, it's voles. And these little things are very hard to catch. They don't care about traps set with peanut butter. Once they learn about, I hate sticky traps. I would prefer not to use them, but once they learn about sticky traps, because we can catch them early with a sticky trap. Once they learn, if they've gotten stuck in it and gotten themselves out, you will never catch them again. They have it figured out. So what I find the best thing to do is put down so many sticky traps that they get caught in one, and while they're trying to get out of it, they get caught in a second, and then that's surefire way. I check them often, put the animal down immediately when I find it, but we can't find another better way to catch the voles. And a vole looks kind of like a mouse, but it has a rounded nose and a very short little tail. And they don't do as much damage in the greenhouse as the mice do. I know if I have mice, because they'll clear out entire trays of seed in one night. A vole eats a lot less and is more choosy. So if it's just a few little holes dug here and there, it's a vole. If it's all the seeds are gone, it's mice. And mice are super easy. Like we have live traps, we catch them all the time. But a vole is a whole different story, and we definitely every season have a little bit of a vole problem here. And we caught one last week, but clearly there's another one. So we're gonna try to get them here in the next few days.
It's a little late, but I want to try to planting or transplanting the broccoli. So, but this morning, I put the other plastic here, the one we need here. This is the one, I think it's 10 by 3, I think. 10 is, which means 10 inches apart, and 3 is 3 lines. But first, like I say, I will plant in the broccoli. So to make this job really easy, I will use these little tools. You probably know this, huh? So let's see. Yeah. That one, I think it was a little deep, but that'll be okay. Broccoli is already done, so now I want to start working on the other side. It's gonna be cabbages. Let me see if I remember. Cabbages, maybe kohlrabi and other stuff. But so first I have to dig in holes.
Well, we're here.
Yep.
First, well, it's not an official market day, but this is just a preview market. We're all loaded. I meant to have the camera out and show everything, but between yesterday and today, because yesterday I wanted to show the harvest, it's when I get really busy, I forget the camera. Oops. So anyway, I am going to take the camera with me to market today. I'm not sure where or how I'm setting up. We brought all of our tents because the tents, we can store them there, and they gave me permission to bring them today, which is nice because hauling them the first day of market is hard because we have so many plant starts. So it'd be nice to have those cleared out of, and not in the back of the truck or trailer on the first day of market. So today I have just a few things with me for sale at market. A lot of eggs. I have our muesli. I've got a few plant starts, just herbs. Luckily it's warm enough today. Some things can be in the back of the truck. I wasn't sure that would happen. And then onions and garlic. So just some things we have left over. A few greens, some radishes, but most of it has to go to the members. We don't grow that much this time of year. So the members already pre-ordered though, so everything else can go on the table, which is nice. All right, well, we're gonna get closed up here. I'm gonna get to market. I'm going later than usually it takes me 2 hours to set up, but because we just have one table today, it'll just take me an hour. So I'm going later than I would usually head out. All right, let's seal this up.
All right.
Nice. Okay, to market.
Goodbye.
All right, so here we are setting up for the first market of the season. It's just going to be a single table, easy setup.
was your first
market?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Cold?
good. It was really cold. It was in the mid 40s and windy, and that cold wind off the lake, it just chills you right to the core. So it was not a super good day. I was hoping for between 4 and 6,
Mm-hmm.
and we made about 220. I for sure could have made more today if I had had more greens with me, like spinach. I was really surprised because the mustard greens sold immediately. They sold very quick.
Well, maybe it's a good sign for the next year or this year too.
Yeah, even in the fall, I could try some mustard greens. So that was kind of an interesting thing to find that sold. And then, like radishes and stuff, all of that sold really good. I sold out of all of it. And then I had enough for members, of course. One of the bad things about letting members pick up during market is that it limits how much you can sell at the market, because now you have to hold that stuff back for members. But if you were doing boxes for members on another day, you would need those crops anyway. It all ends up working out in the end. It just makes our market numbers probably a little lower. Generally, I wouldn't want to even go to a market for less than 400. It's not really worth our time at this point. We need to be making at least $400 to $500 to even go to a market and make it worth our time. Because to load everything, get everything prepared, harvest it all. But I think what I'll do next year is we'll actually plan for this market, because I didn't even realize it went on. It's just like a little preview market, and I think if we can show people how, like, that we have a variety of greens started already, it would help us build membership, and we can make sales better for that market. Because I would like to be attending that market. I would like us to be growing throughout more of the season, and hitting that market would just help out. And it may even encourage markets to be open longer if we can show things can be grown and people are interested. So there were a lot of other vendors there. It was a good time. And then I also had some deliveries in Munising that I went to after the market, and that it went really well.
And you bring me some cookies.
Oh, I did bring you cookies, but more importantly,
our favorite
ice cream shop opened. So immediately when I got home, Jose was waiting for me to take him to the ice cream shop. So we basically, I got home, we turned around and headed straight over to our ice cream shop, because it's really, we love going there. It's called Mama Cow's.
Oh, yeah.
No, they aren't paying us to say this, but we usually go every Friday after harvest. That's our normal routine. And then usually people come over at some point and take us to ice cream one other day of the week. So we're usually there twice a week. And we were there twice today because I had to go back to pick up some pints, because we're going to a friend's house tomorrow, and they asked if we could get ice cream. So I turned around, got back home, dropped Jose off, and turned around and went right back to the ice cream store. So good thing it's close.
Going to see our friend
Lori and Krista at Venture Up Farms. That they're a lavender farm down on the Garden Peninsula, which we're very excited to go see them. Really, to go down to their house is like taking a day off. It's just very relaxing. We get to sit around chatting. Hopefully they'll tour us around their farm tomorrow.
No, I think it's gonna be a good day.
So I worked hard today. What did you do?
Yesterday I started working here with well, not yesterday, but 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah, with spinach, salad mix, and lettuces. And then yesterday the broccoli. And now I finished with other things.
He got the kohlrabi planted, Napa cabbages, head cabbages, and some big bok choys, I think.
No.
Oh no, the big bok choys are in there. And the little bok choys. Or did you put the little bok choys in here?
No, I think it's other thing. Cabbages.
I said cabbages, Napa cabbages.
Yeah, you gave me a lot of cabbages, and
we don't even know what we're doing anymore. There are 4 trays of something to be planted still, and the beets, right? And that we will do on Monday. We have beets, good amount of beets in there, and this will be the second planting for beets. Get another round of bok choys in the ground. That'll be the last bok choys till the fall, because they just don't do very well. What we wanted to do, though, is take a quick minute and walk around the farm and take a look at some things, because remember the other day our garlic was underwater. So we need to walk out. We want to check on that, make sure it's coming in really nice, and make sure the water didn't affect it. And then I wanted to take a look at the bees because now we know how many bees survived the winter.
yeah.
And Betsy took away the ones that didn't make it. So we're going to take a look at that. Anything else you want to check on?
Nope.
What about the peach trees?
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, I think we lost our peach trees. Maybe we'll take a quick look at that while we go around. All right, are you ready? Oh, I have to harvest one bok choy really quick.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. Okay, so of our 6 hives, 4 survived the winter, which is so exciting. Last winter, we didn't have any out of, I think, 5, right?
Yeah. I think we'll have to buy it.
Yep. So it was the 2 hives that we had actually moved as, that came to us as swarms. They were swarms we had collected that had swarmed from our own hives. And so now you can see, and these are super strong hives. She needed to add a super to this one already because they were so active and so full in their box. So we'll see what happens with the rest of these guys. All right, so the garlic looks really good. It's all dried out, which is good news. We were really worried with how much water it was under. And now it's very dry and it looks like it's coming in good. We're gonna check the far side because it looks like they're coming in a little slow, but I also think the snow sat on that hill for about 5 days longer maybe than the rest of this. So it's probably just because it was under snow for longer. Oh, there's a bird in that thing. Oh, we got a bird in one of our mobile chicken coops. You want to get him out so he doesn't kill himself? All right, we're gonna go help him get out real quick. Entertainment on the farm. Did it get out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're definitely a little smaller on this end, but they're coming in really nice. So definitely no problems with the garlic. These are going to be the onion beds right here. So we'll start working these in about a week and a half. We always grow our garlic and onions in the same plot right next to each other. So usually it was 5 beds for garlic and 7 beds for onions. This year it'll be 6 and 7. We upped the amount of garlic we're doing because it's so popular at market. Okay, so these are our plum trees here, which last year all of them made it except for 2. And I think there's 21 here, if I remember right, or maybe 17. And then this is kind of a low wet spot in the middle of there. It gets a little pond in the spring, but now it's almost fully dried out. And then the other thing we're going to do is build another plot here, but it's going to be broken into 2 sections. So 4 or 5 beds here, and then 6 beds over here, or 8 beds over here. And this is going to be our strawberries. We're going to build the beds this spring, cover them with plastic for the entire summer, and this fall we'll put plastic down and plant strawberries in it.
Yay, strawberries!
Yay, strawberries. We have had just struggled, and so this is the area we want to do strawberries.
It's going to be good for the strawberry here, I think.
Yeah, strawberries like a little bit lower area, a little cooler, a little wetter.
Yeah.
That's going to be this area for sure. Okay, peach trees.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to go see them. It makes me want to cry. Okay, not really, but it is upsetting.
But someone like...
Yeah, okay, so what happened is these peach trees, literally, you couldn't even see the tops of them.
Oh.
And this is what, 5 foot tall, 6 foot tall? So they were 100% under snow, and it was a drift. Like this whole area was just a huge drift. So I put them here specifically because it's a good spot for peaches.
Yeah.
And we thought they would do really well. But it clearly, with all of the drifting in the snow, it wasn't. So let's go around and take a little bit closer look.
Can I see a book? Yeah.
So this, you can see, is broken off.
The
We'll
top.
see if this one comes off. Oh, the top's broke right here?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, moving on.
So the other one might be recovered.
No, I mean, just look at the branches on these. This whole thing, broken, 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 broken.
Like somebody's coming in.
Yep, and just pulled the branches off. It's really, really disheartening. So this one though might be okay if we cut the top off.
Yeah.
Peaches were a long shot anyway. Sometimes the universe just says, nah, you shouldn't do peaches. Yeah, so we have 6 more coming this year because they did pretty well last year and we actually got a couple of peaches. This was the biggest one. This was the only one you could see above the snow.
Yeah.
And the top seems all right, but it doesn't look very alive. And all the lower branches are pretty much busted. But that's all of these peach trees are like that. So this one completely,
Yeah, completely destroyed.
the top is just gone off of it right here.
Yeah, probably will be.
Yeah, there's no chance.
That might be this one. So we have to cut the bottom.
Yeah, I think we made a bad decision where we put the peach trees. So we might have to find a new peach tree location if we're going to try them in any quantity again.
Well, I think we never know when we'll be getting bad winter. Or,
Yeah.
Because the first winter they survived.
Yeah.
It was almost no snow.
Yeah, the snow wasn't too bad,
Yeah.
but just this year it was too bad. All right, well, now we are done being devastated for the day. Okay, so that's everything. We just wanted to show you a few things we wanted to tour after the snow is melted back and take a look at for ourselves. All the rest of the trees are looking really good though. The apples, the cherry trees up front look really good.
Yeah.
The pears, the plums, everything looks good except for the peaches.